what's up, guys? Give me a moment. My restream decided it needed to log off right as I want to check it. So I have to log back in so I can turn YouTube on. Yo, what's up, Wallen? Southerner, Chloe, thank you for that resub. Let me catch up with you in chat before we finish this up. Chloe, thank you for the 11 months. Requiem, thank you for the 22 tier 2. Kieran, what's up? Cog, what's up? Ada. I've never heard of that game before. I don't know what that game. I don't know what name. I've never heard of that game, so I don't know. Maybe I'd try it if I knew what that was. Let me see. Better be the right password. Otherwise, I'm tilted. Be good. Alright, YouTube good. Dragoon in Heaven on High does nothing better. Does nothing better than any other job? What do you mean? Are you implying that's a bad job? I'm gonna do Dragoon Monday. I actually like Dragoon a lot. I used to hate Dragoon prior to this expansion, and now I like it a lot. So. Not like bad. No, it's fun. Wait, that's not it. That's it. No, it's fun. That's what it is. It's fun. Hey, Grimmy. So on my third night Heaven High solo, so far I've reached 90 but died. And I need tips for 81 to 90 because I literally burn all my match size petrify only to end up with 9 minutes on the floor. Now, are we talking like you had 6? Or you had like 4? Are we talking? I mean, if you had a full complement and then you still kind of like, you know, burned everything and you still kind of had a problem with the boss, I mean, it sounds like you just need to pull faster, like you need to kill things faster. I mean, also like being on your strengths and frailties a little bit harder is also kind of something that I'm thinking about. Now, if you only had like 2 of each or something, you know, or if you only had like 1 of each, then that's going to be hard because that's pretty difficult to work with in general. But if you had 3 of everything, then your time was still weird. Like, it's weird. Hey, Shadowbreak, thank you for the 14 months. What's up, guys? It's okay, it's just underwhelming. Yeah, I don't know what Dragoon you're playing.
Howdy.
I don't know what kind of Dragoon you're playing, but I feel like Dragoon's pretty strong when I have control of it. I had full Petri Magicite and you won, but then by the time I got to 89, I used up everything and lost the last time. Yeah, it sounds like you had probably a really slow beginning. It sounds like you had a really slow beginning to me. Like, maybe you held on to Strengths and Steals a little too long, or you didn't pick any up. The first floor can take upwards of like 8 to 10 minutes, which is fair. Now, if you're fighting through, also, if you decided to fight through like a no abilities, a gloom, blinded floor, you know, to like hold on to your serenity, that's gonna eat up time too. So that will make you go a massive amount of slower. Also, if you had flights, you probably wanted to use a couple flights there as opposed to like, you know, just ending up doing Petri Magicite, like a little bit early flights. I like flighting 80-45, for example. Or like empty the flights out early enough. Because that will speed you up too. But I think a lot of a common thing, you know, without having seen your run, without having, you know, more detail, a common thing I do catch people doing is they decide to fight through bad debuffs. Because they're early in the floor, they don't want to use things, and they'll figure it out later. Which is actually not the way you kind of want to think about it. Because that time loss will catch up to you towards the end, which is then why you start using everything, because you start realizing your time's low, and then also you start skipping chests because your time is low. And too much time trying to kill mimics. That too. I mean, if you're trying to fight a mimic with no abilities, it's gonna take forever. That's why I like to distribute the buffs. Like, if you walk into 82 and it's a bad debuff floor, I already nuke it off immediately. Because I know what kind of time that's gonna kill me. And so, like, if I had 3 Serenity, 3 Magicite, 3 Petri, I started using 1 of each. And then, like, the flights start going out. So let's say you had bad debuffs, 82, 83, 84. You use 1 of each there. And then you start flighting. So then 85 is flighted, 86 is flighted, for example. And then now you find yourself at 87, and you haven't really dealt with debuffs to that point, and your palms are still pretty good. But if you start fighting through floors that are going to take you a ginormous amount of time, or you're dying through floors, or you're getting extra kills on top of, you know, the exit being open, that starts eating away your time. And then you start have to speeding up later. And then you fall into the trap where you're at like 20 minutes on 87, and you have to speed up so fast because you need to get to the boss, and you start skipping chests, which could have been the extra Petri, the extra Magicite strength, whatever it might be. So hopefully that kind of made sense a little bit. Again, it's a little hard when I'm not looking at the time, when I'm not looking at the actual run, and I'm kind of just making like kind of general assumptions of what could have happened. Yeah, one big thing that I like to say, also Kenjin YouTube, hello. One thing that I like to say, anytime you have to make a kill when the exit opens, it's a waste of time no matter how you try to justify it. You're wasting time. Now, it doesn't have to sound as like negative as that, but in the grand scheme of things, that's really what it is. So there's a multitude of things that can happen. Let's say you're checking chests after the exit opens and they're all mimics. You're wasting time. You could have opened the chests prior to open the exit, then those mimics contribute to the exit, and yes, mimics still suck, but they're still contributing to the exit, you know? Or like, let's say you open the exit and you still have 2 rooms to get to the actual exit, and you have to kill your way to there. That's also a time loss when you could have, like, you know, managed your kills to like distribute the kills to those floors to get to the exit. So those are things that will eat away at your time. Period. Like, again, there's like literally no justification to say otherwise. So you kind of want to watch your pathing and your kills selection there to save some of that time. So maybe one way to also think of it, Grimmy, think of it this way. If you remember your run, if you recorded your run or whatever, see how much time it took you to kill an enemy, and then add that up to how many kills you had after the exit was open, and that amount of time could be an indication of how much you could have saved on the run just by not doing that, right? So maybe you could have saved 5 minutes doing that. Maybe you could have saved 10 minutes doing that, and all of a sudden you're looking at like time saves, you know? So maybe that's the thing that you're looking to do. Anyway, Kenjin says, I hope you're doing fine, and thanks so much for the Discord answer. You got it, Kenjin. No problem, man. No problem, dude. Okay, so what we're doing today is I am going to set up 2 files today. We're going to continue setting up my warrior file that I wanted to do, where we were doing like double pull only on 41 plus for Eureka Orthos, which is a lot of fun, by the way. That was like a really interesting challenge, so I have to reset it up. I'm going to do it from 1. And then we'll see how my time looks, and then I'll do a setup for another Machinist No Sustaining Potion asterisk. What I mean by that is we will not use the Sustaining Potion on the floors, but we will use it on the bosses. So that's why it's an asterisk, because we're using it somewhere, just not on the floors. My PB on that was 198, so this is also an excuse for me to farm potsherds. So we're kind of getting a bunch of things set up for future stuff. So that is what we're trying to do. Yo, what up, Slice? How you doing, man? Let's go. Good to see everybody. I hope y'all having a good day. I played quite a lot of Withering Waves today. I had thought about streaming it, but I'm still a little confused overall. Just in general for the game. So I kind of wanted to save if I potentially stream that game for like what do you call it? When I'm doing something pretty cool. Like, I just unlocked kind of the equivalent of the simulated universe in HSR or the whatever the hell it's called in Genshin. But I'm nowhere near capable of doing that right now, which is fine. It's just, you know, I need to keep playing the game, so... I may stream it tomorrow if I'm in the mood. We'll see. Tomorrow's still up in the air what I actually want to do. But this is what I decided today. This is like the backup. Usually I'm in variety today. But we're kind of getting closer to Dawn Trail, and I got a bunch of things I want to take care of before Dawn Trail, so we're here. Actually, tomorrow, you know what the possibility tomorrow might do PvP. Because I checked what PvP was today, and it was Shadow, which means tomorrow's Onsel, and I like Onsel. So there's a couple options. And the PvP is a good excuse for me to level jobs, that's why I would do it. So I would be kind of game to do that. And get like my monk leveled or something like that. I need all the casters over here. Come here, everybody. Good boy, good boy. I didn't get a strength, that kind of sucks. By like 5 seconds. I think I'll be fine. Wait, okay. Okay, something really needs to die by now, because I have like one more heal that I can use for, which is the potion. Oh my god, hit the wrong hit the wrong button. God damn it. Alright, let's try again. Did I work on my necro? Withering Waves came out. So, Withering Waves came out, so currently Diablo's just chilling. I did get it to 97 though. We did get it to 97. Yo, what's up, Commander? I'm doing great today. How you doing? Yo, what up, Zevran? I heard you can level up in Rival Wings. I never heard of that thing. That's the first time I've heard of that one. What's up, Raven? Question for any scorers. Do you speedrun 51 plus on Heaven on High and Dragoon? I heard melee 51 plus speedruns is for insane gamers only. That's what I heard. That was the thing that I heard. I don't think I've done... When did I do melee? Did I do a melee score? Or have I had to worry about a melee score? I can't remember. Sounds like a challenge? I know you like a challenge, Southerner, so... That's what I heard. Oh good, steel, finally. Figured your ego? Good, get wrecked. Commander Sato, what are you up to today? I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, I was doing quite a lot of Withering Waves. It's I'm having a lot of fun with that game. That game is game's very clean. It has its issues. It has issues. And if they fix like the 2 issues that I'm having with it, it might be a really stellar game. And the 2 issues are... Pause, hold on. Okay, the 2 issues it has, it's just the localization is not great. It's not, like, really bad, but it's not great. And it's also, like, you know, not trying to compare it to like Genshin or like, you know, Honkai in that respect. But it definitely isn't as bad as some other games that I've played. So it has the potential to be polished. And once they polish that up, it'll be really, really good. And then the other problem is that it's kind of an ass to play on my phone, and they actually addressed one of the issues on Android, because I have an Android, and one of the specific issues they mentioned was an issue that I had last night. Like, I was playing it a little bit before I went to bed on my phone just to try it out, and like, I tried playing it 4 times. 2 of the times, like, one crashed and the other made it unplayable, so it wasn't a good start right off the bat. So basically all I ended up doing was just trying to like look up the information of like characters and like tutorials just so I can see if I can get more game knowledge. And then try to just play it on the PC. On the PC, it's beautiful on the PC. So I have no problems there. Get that 1-9? That 1-9. We made it off the first floor. I'm very proud of myself. Damage down? Oh good, of course I get the strength after I get the no items. That's the exit, I'm going this way. The goal today is 41 for Warrior. And then hopefully 120 on Machinist. And then that'll set me up for a couple runs that I can use down the line. Oh, of course, 2 Shanks, even better. Not just 1 Shank, but 2 Shanks that I can use. Of course, there's a possibility I just spend all day setting this file up because I'm playing like a maniac. We'll find out. I could only learn to get better. That's not particularly great. Oh, I did, speaking of Diablo earlier, I did find a really good accessory. I don't know what the proper terminology is when you get that like super bonus on the artifact on your gear, like that like symbol that basically is like +1 max or something. But I got that on my accessory. Greater affix. Okay, thank you. I got a greater affix of intelligence on the amulet. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll use this. And I got a pretty good thing there. Now my resistance is all capped out. I might have overcapped him, so I need to maybe make an adjustment here and there. Yeah, I'm looking pretty good to like keep leveling, or rather to keep getting stronger. So it's just the grind. I did throw out the idea to myself if I wanted to maybe stream like a day of Diablo 4, but I don't think so, only because I haven't really done like a lot of the super hard stuff yet, and I still want to just like prog it. Or I'm still in the process of trying to get there. It just would have been just me just running around, just, you know, doing random stuff, and I wasn't in the mood for that. And that was one reason why I didn't want to do that today for Withering Waves, because it would have just been me running around doing random stuff, which I like having. If I'm streaming, I kind of like having a direction of something, like a goal that I'm trying to achieve, and I'm too far from goals in both of those games. And that's why Hades is, I kind of said it in Discord, I'm done with Hades, because the next goal is like trying to do challenge runs, and I'm nowhere near ready to do challenge runs on my own skill level, if that makes sense. So I need to spend some time, like, you know, doing homework and practicing out, and then I can look into that. So we go back to home base, as I do need things to do here, and things to continue prepping and whatnot. Like, if I could... So, I mentioned that I had unlocked that endgame thing in Withering Waves that's very similar to, like, simulated no, it's very similar to... I'm sorry, not simulated. It's similar to... Memory of Chaos. That's what it is. And the Abyss Spiral, right? That's what it is in Genshin. It's similar to that. And if I could grind that, I would do that on stream. But it already is starting off at, like, such a high level that I have not reached yet, so I need to get myself through there. They made it sound like a patch is coming next week with notes. Yeah, I heard about a patch coming in. What is it going to be about? I know they had something that they were trying to fix, but I don't think that... I think it was more than that, right? I love this for me. This is the best thing ever. All life stuff in order, and I'm spreading feedback. Yeah, I saw one of the things about them changing the price for masterwork. I imagine that there is a location to farm gold, right? Because I had seen some of the accessories you can get cost like 50 million, and I'm like, I don't produce that much very quickly. I mean, I've eaten away, like, okay, there was one time where I was trying to find a proper affix and I spent like 5 million on it, but so I've been trying to like just get, yeah, that's basically what I've been doing, but you know what? There must have been an update. Hold on. There must have been an update on Windows, because this was the problem on Tuesday. I feel like my sound is not as loud in my ear as it had been before. I need to check this. Hold on. I apologize if it's gonna get a little louder, but I'm doing it from my headphones. Also, you may not hear sound for a second, so bear with me. Where is it? Sorry, it's me, sorry. That's a lot better. Also, can't I kill the Windows sound from the thing? Hold on. Okay, you're not gonna hear the Windows sound. I think that's a lot better. Also, what? Why was I hearing a buzzing sound? Never mind. You know what? That's fine. Okay. That's a lot better. On Tuesday, like, when I was playing Hades, everything seemed so soft, and I was just like, hey, did I change anything? It's a lot better. Maybe a little too loud. Actually, it's a little too loud. Bring it down just a little bit. You need to go up just a little bit. Strength. I think if I raise the level volume of my headset, I don't think it raises the volume for you guys. I think. I could be wrong, but it doesn't seem like it did, so. Because I typically play, like, when I'm playing offline, not on stream, I do play a little, like, everything a little softer. I don't play it very loud. Probably good for my ears, to be honest. When I'm streaming, I really want to hear what I'm playing. It's so damn soft. I need to bring it down just a tad, and I'll be happy. Although it does beg the question, I don't know if the sound was coming... I don't think the sound was coming through on your end, but I was hearing this, like, windy sound coming into my headset when I swapped the sound, and I don't know what that is. I'm still trying to solve some sound issues, because my microphone has been giving me some issues. I think it's my microphone. When I'm recording some YouTube things, so I'm trying to go through the process of trying to sort that out. Preferably... Okay, that's not good. Preferably before, you know, Dawn Trail would be kinda nice. At least I know there's no trap. Never run through the bomb. Don't run through the bomb. Oh, great. Nice. Could have literally spawned anywhere else, but you're, like, here. If you're trying to do the big pull, and you have the bombs with you, just go in, like, a really giant circle. You never want to run through them, because you have the very high chance of getting hit with their explosion. That's why I said don't run through them, because of that. No sus potion, but can you use hyper? Yes, can use hyper. It's actually one of the really big ones to be able to use. Because they can really come in a clutch. Okay, bear with me here. I'm just gonna adjust my sound one more time. Oh my god, my thing keeps moving in the list. Oh, that's so weird. I hear it. It's like it's amplifying the sound that I'm hearing in game. That's so weird. No, it needs to be a little louder. A touch louder. Okay, uno momento. So I tech issues, kind of. It's the end result of Windows probably having an update. Because anytime Windows does updates, they always mess something up. AC Fox, I hope you're having a good night today. What's up, dude? No knockback? Sweet. Oh, steel. Wow, my tech issue thingy made something respawn. Awesome. I love Eureka Orthos, it's my favorite. Well, that's actually not what I want to do. I'm gonna steal once I pull everything. I may not even need the steal, but it depends how big this room is, and it looks fairly sizable, so I'm gonna also fortune. I would have sighted if I wasn't going to the exit. If I had to go back, I think I would have sighted. But that's gonna be good on the next floor. Are you almost dead yet? To be fair, I'm not hitting all of them when they're moving like this, so I'm making it go a little bit longer. It dropped one chest. Of course it did. Yes, I got to tier 39. I could keep going. But then I you know, again, I ran out of time, I guess. But yeah, I got to tier 39. But I needed to get all my stuff to, like, you know, the second tier of Masterworks. I don't know if I'm trying to debate on how I want to do it. I think I know what the answer is anyway, but basically it's like, do I stay on tier 30 and just keep farming the lower one? Or do I keep going up, and then just do the transmutation that way? You know, I think the transmutation eventually will be more than doing it the other way, but, you know. Hey, Octavarius, what's up? I saw you outside, man. That was cool, I guess. Now do it on Picto. We could do this on Picto, probably. Well, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Actually, it would be kind of exciting to do it on Picto, but it's going to cost me a lot of pots. That's why I'm farming the pots now. I don't have to worry about it. Yo, the damage boost though. I'm loving it. Okay, don't do that. What are you working on today, Octavarius? What are you working on? Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate here. Picto movement skill looks awesome. Picto, the whole entire kit of Pictomancer looks awesome in my opinion. In my first... Oh, it took a long break from the game. Oh, nice. Well, welcome back to the game. I don't know when I'm going to continue this file. It's going to be kind of soon. Maybe next week or something, but... I'm sure you're going to pull it off. Oh, this is a mess. Alright, hold on. That's a mess. I did not do that right. I should have done it just a little bit earlier. Basically, what I wanted to do was I wanted to get them, like, close and then do that, and then they start getting stuck, but they were all spread out everywhere. Kind of wasted the witching there. My favorite Rebirth song. Let's go right at the bat. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe we leave this on for a couple floors. I love this song. Rebirth has so many good songs. Yeah. I have a lot of them in my playlist. Thankfully, a lot of them don't get YouTube angry. And yeah, it was a really good OST. Gotta pull you guys back. And really wanted them to be together. There's one that's over here that's like kind of solo. Oh. And it went off. Okay, well, I can survive the meteor. If I can survive multiple meteors, though. No problem. Tank privileges. I want this stone to do pulls like that. Well, you know. I mean, it's actually, like, not too bad. If you're planning more of a line of sight, you kind of take it more carefully. Because you can just line of sight the meteors constantly, and then you'll have a pocket of time just to get back into them. But I'm just standing in the middle there because I figured I'd kill them in time. And that was a lethargy, too. Also, I don't really need to do pulls that big, but it's kind of whatever. Getting the practice in. This song is probably very perfect for stuff like this right now. Like song. What is the trap in the teleport room? I have no idea. It was probably innovation, or the silence and whatever that trap was. I don't keep track of anything that isn't alluring or a landmine because I don't need to care, you know. Oh wow, I actually got a demiclone. Man, of course, because I'm not even gonna hit the speed run, so of course I get the demiclone. Also gonna get Pox here because I wasn't ready. That doesn't matter, does it? I kind of like did that a little. It took a lot longer than I should have to get back to the mimic. So it's kind of on me. Oh great, and then you respawn. Hey Tomoki, I hope you're doing well today. By the way, good to see you. Good. Oh. You got caught, like, not knowing what button to hit there. Another lethargy. I guess it depends on what we get over here, but it really shouldn't matter. The enemies are not going to be as hard. Good sight again. I should probably hold on to it, because like the speedrun is not happening. Especially because I took so much time doing other things. Trying to set up my sounds and whatever. Did I not check that? What? Oh my god. This is every time I'm actually within range of speedrunning, I don't see a demi in this set. And then all of a sudden it's like, we're not getting the speedrun period, and then it gives me 2 demis. It's like, really? You hate this game in particular? Wait, you hate this game or you hate Withering Waves? Which one do you hate? How are you doing, by the way, Cog, with Withering Waves? Oh, you said you were kind of still on the fence about it, which is fair. Hate this game. Where it gives you that. Oh. Yeah. I mean, I'll take it. I'll use it, you know? But it's kind of annoying. One day I will make it over. Bro, I don't need that Lorry Trap. If I had a fortune up, I'd get it, but I really don't need that Lorry Trap. Oh! I'm on the fence, says Cog, about Withering Waves, but for a different reason. For some reason, when I updated my NVIDIA Studio driver, it made it think that when I play Warcraft Stream, it causes all my monitors to obnoxiously flicker. Ew. Well, they did say that there is performance issues happening, Cog, so maybe that's within the realm of what they're gonna try to fix. You know, possibly. That also makes me think about not updating my graphics card. I haven't updated my graphics card, I think, in like a week or so. I guess I won't do that for a while. It was perfect day 1. After day 1, I updated. No, yeah, that's what it is though. Maybe it's something that they recognize is a thing, like it's a widespread issue, right? So maybe that's something that they're gonna try to fix. I mean, they seem to be diligent about trying to get it, like, they had a whole thing about, you know, Android having a problem. I had a massive problem on Android, personally. And they addressed the exact issue that I was having. You know, they already sent out free pulls already, so hopefully they'll get to it pretty quickly. I'm not familiar with the overall company and, like, their history of, you know, trying to get things done. But, you know, it's a good start that they acknowledged it right away. But like I said, you might be encompassed within, like, you know, some of those issues that they're having. But yeah, I mean, I would be irritated too. Like, it was literally unplayable. Like, you know, I feel like there was a game I played that was like that. I couldn't remember what it was, though. Gavindale, what's up, Gavindale? Gavindale says, every time I try to AoE pull a floor, even in one set, I just give myself, because I can't see. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's why, like, sometimes they get the question of why am I always moving? Honestly, it's also to practice for situations like this, you know? But yeah, I mean, look, it's hard to see through the freaking dragons. But you kind of make it work. Have a little bit of, like, predictions on when they're moving and stuff. Charles Sandwiches. Thank you for the follow. I'm personally not vibing with Roy. Ooh, Avalon, what is your thing with Wuwa? I'm very interested to hear what you guys are not liking about the game. Because it gives me more game knowledge. Like, okay, here's my history with a game category similar to this. I played Genshin for like a month. That's it. End of story. I mean, I'm playing Honkai right now, right? But that's it. So I'm kind of coming fresh into this. I did play Tower Fantasy, and personally, I feel like this is more polished than Tower Fantasy. Personally, wait, I was gonna say, why the hell didn't you aggro? Like it still has its problems for me, but in comparison to that one, it feels a little bit more polished. It does remind me of Genshin, which I don't like, but this whole monitor clicker sucks ass. And scrapping the whole game is kind of funny to me, to be honest, in light of your comment. Wait, what do you mean scrapping the whole game? Holy ballsack, that was late. Does thing. Wayfinder? Oh, I have not... Okay, so I did look into what's going on with Wayfinder. Honestly, makes sense logistically. Because that was their massive issue on their release, right? Wayfinder had so many problems with their servers. And it wasn't even... It was... Okay. Wayfinder had so many problems with their issues, and it wasn't even really their fault. It was their publisher's fault. Kind of. Like, they were using their publisher's servers to run the game. Which then their publisher, like, you know, essentially left them out to dry because they, like, had to do layouts and stuff, and they just, like, they left Wayfinder. So Airship Syndicate is on their own, trying to deal with the game. So it kind of makes sense that they kind of ended up just, you know, getting rid of the online part, because they probably couldn't find anyone to do the online. They probably couldn't find anyone to handle the servers. So, like, the game's gonna be stable now. And honestly, like, I don't know, when you were playing a COG, I mean, when I was playing it, I knew that it had the online functionality and everything. I just didn't care for it at all, you know? And so, like, it would be nothing off me. I would just be now, like, playing a stable game again. Art style good, combat good, UI clearly copied, but it works. My beef is the lack of control. Old Avalon! Dude. I don't understand, Avalon, why we are in 2024 when we can't go to a website and have customized palettes, and why we're playing video games that don't have the ability to change your keybindings. I don't understand why that needs to happen in 2024. Like, it's even like an accessibility issue at that point, right? You let alone, like, okay, maybe the devs want you to play the game in a certain way. And granted, I was bitching about R1 because I play in controller. I was bitching about R1 being my dodge, and I couldn't change it off R1 because I don't think I've ever used R1 to dodge. With that being said, I feel like I'm dodging really well with R1. Like, I'm like, wow, I'm actually playing this game pretty good. I don't, like, you know, really odd. I guess I'll suck it up for now. But I really would have liked to, I don't know, uniform my buttons with the 3 other games I'm playing. Because I actually changed, I changed my Diablo button scheme. Because Diablo, I think, by default, circle is dash. And then Hades, I think X is dash. So going between the 2 games, my brain was just getting fried. So I uniformed them. So that was the first thing I wanted to do in Withering Waves, was to kind of uniform my buttons, but yeah, not happening. Okay, I'm gonna catch up once we drop Commander Corrigan here. And then I gotta hit ads anyway, but let me do this first. No, I onslaughted by accident. Okay. Let me change the song here. Oh, good song. But I'm gonna pause it first. Okay, let me catch up in chat here. Let me go all the way back. Tomoki says he's curious about what the differences are. Never cared for Genshin either. You know, my impression currently of Wuwa is that it took some of the elements from Genshin, like a lot of elements from Genshin, like a lot, and then it took some elements from Tower Fantasy and maybe some other adjacent games and just slapped them together. Like the mini games in Tower in Wuwa right now feel very reminiscent of the mini games in Tower Fantasy, which I thought were very unique and interesting. And I'm having fun with that. That's great. I can't stand that dialogue volume is not separate from combat, dude. Dude, that's another thing. We're in 2024, and people still insist having different volumes for different situations. Like Honkai's like that. Honkai, the cutscenes are much louder than everything else, and also the in-combat voices are much louder than the out-of-combat. And there's only one volume thing for the voices. I did notice that here in here. I noticed that in Wuwa too, but it wasn't as severe as Honkai. Honkai was pretty severe. But it's still like I just don't get it. Like there are just things in games that I just don't get. Like thankfully, the one thing Avalon, you know what would have tilted me right off the bat is when I boot up the game, I have my PS5 controller plugged in, and I have to go through like I think we talked about this. I have to go through like a whole thing just to make sure that my PS5 buttons show up on the game. Thankfully, that already worked out. It worked out itself, so I don't have to worry about that. But that would have pissed me off right out the bat too. Time to make a game that uses TFG for movements and you can't rebind. TFGH. Is that how Australians play, Pinned? I'll rebind my keyboard by actually changing the keys myself. I don't mind R1 being dodged. That's, yeah, you know, true. Honkai is dash with R1, but you're not dodging with Honkai. But again, like I said, I was bitching about it at the very beginning, but I am finding myself dodging really well in the game. So, I don't understand why we still have issues in 2020 that audio being muted when you're tabbed out isn't a default option. Wait, so Tomoki, you would prefer audio to be muted out? Is that what you're saying? I actually hate that. However, you should have the option. At the very least. Like, that should be a simple option. Perfectly in the least comfortable spot on the keyboard for either hand. But wouldn't it be like 2 keys away then? Shouldn't it be like, I don't know, like RSVH or something? The option should be, I think, for sure to mute audio when tabbed, but I'm glad it's default. It doesn't. Yeah, I'm actually glad it doesn't mute personally. Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah. When it mutes out and you can't change it, it tilts me. Hades is that. Current Hades. If you tab out, it mutes, and I can't change that currently. Miss Sheila, hello! Good morning. Right after you turn it up to hear when they're saying they jump scare you some boom. That is like old school TV. They have I don't know how it is pinned in like in Australia or Japan, but it is actually regulated here now. They had to put in like a freaking law that companies don't do that, so you don't get that here anymore. Hey Air Kaiba, died in 102 due to a stupid luring trap. Tomorrow we go again. We go again! You wish some games did that, where you tabbed out, it just mutes audio. I think what's important is that you have the option either way. That it shouldn't like just force it on you without having the thing, because it's clearly not uniform, so go pretty well. Go drop the frames to your... Yeah, Diablo does that. But that's also something I don't care about. But look, people have different setups. The issue is when they balance TV movie sounds for theaters. Oh, you know what? True. I haven't watched the movie thing in a while, so... Okay, I gotta hit an ad, guys. So I'll be back. Ads going out, and then we will continue on the run. So thank you guys for watching. B.O.B. B.O.B. Oops, that's not the button. Okay. Okay, let's go. What do you mean D4 bad? What's bad about D4? Boom, boom. How many times did you did you win in Fall Guys, Miss Sheila? Also, Chila. Miss Chila. Only 3, but I go. I don't know if you like pass. You know Free, right? You know Free. I don't know if you passed by his stream today, but you need to steal his idea. You know what he was doing today? You know what he was doing today? He was doing Fall Guys because that's the only content he knows how to do in the game. But he was doing it while walking on a treadmill. It would give you a good excuse to actually use that treadmill. Yeah, no, for real. Check his VOD. Because I was watching Zuon earlier, and she rated into Free, and that's what he was doing on camera. That's what he was doing on camera, so I didn't get to really see, like, you know, the results and everything, but, you know. Foot cam? Oh no, I mean, it was like knee up, I mean... He's like, you know... I mean, unless he had some, like, really, like, skillful ability to, like, walk in place without moving. Pretty sure he's on a treadmill. You can see my feet on the treadmill. I like how you both... This is why you guys are married. I like how you both just assume that it also included the entire body with feet. This is why you guys are meant for each other. You mean like the girl who plays on a DDR pad when playing Elden just to exercise? Didn't she like legitimately use... Oh wait, was that a meme? Because there are people who beat Elden on a DDR pad, right? I mean, that's a thing. Where am I? Oh, I'm going this way. Do I really want to pull this? Your Aida fell through. Yeah, you need video proof of that, sir. He's a boss. I know Almerish always wanted me to try to do Deep Dungeon on a DDR pad. Okay, there's no excuses left. I should. I mean, that's fair. I need a DDR pad. I mean, we need step 1 for step 2 to happen, so. Duality, she does all kinds of great challenge modes. She just BB the same character in honor with no vendor. So, ooh. I wanted to... I had entertained the idea of like, if I really had to kill time before Dawn Trail or something, I wanted to try to find, like, all the different accessibility controllers and see if I can clear Deep Dungeon on all of them. I mean, that might still be something I can still do in the future, or will do in the future. It's just I need to do research on what's out there for accessibility controllers. Because I think that would be pretty sick, you know? Like, okay, DDR pad fair, and, like, you know, a steering wheel fair, but, like, more along the lines of things that are meant for, like, disabilities and something like that, to see if I can actually, you know, get used to it myself and then see if we can pull it off. Like I had one idea because of Velvet, of trying to do a filter on the screen that matched her color blindness, you know? Because she said it's hard to see telegraphs. And obviously I have no idea what that feels like, unless I actually put myself in her shoes, so that was one thing I was thinking about. But I never got to that point of actually implementing it. But it's still all, like, sitting in my brain about trying to do stuff like that. As an actual DDR player, those pads are expensive if you want a high-quality one. I mean, I just need a functional one, right? That's all I really would want to have. Something that just works. 2 mice, no hands on keyboard. Dude, you always suggested 2 mice, so you have to tell me if it's possible. If it's logistically possible, I can give it a shot. I'm pretty sure you can't run 2 mice on a PC. Maybe without like some really weird program. There was a link that Square Enix had that I saw on Facebook talking about different accessibility controllers, and then the link doesn't exist, and I'm just like, oh man, let's see what this is about. I couldn't find the link. As a 2 mouse, no keyboard player, I need you to show me it's possible. Yeah? You can just both control the pointer. Gives you 24 buttons. Now, do they have a mouse with buttons on the right side, not the left side? I'm sure they have it, right? Because I'm not hitting buttons with my pinky. That doesn't seem very optimal. I'm just saying, logistically hitting MMO mice buttons with a pinky might cause a problem. I love this song. This song is so good. Hey Chila, how far are you in Rebirth? Did you ever continue playing that game? What about Nier? Did you continue playing that game? You want to see me play with an MMO mouse? I need an MMO mouse first. Oh, okay, we're fine. Playing you on stream makes me kind of unhappy. Wait, what does it make you unhappy? What makes you unhappy? Is it like chat? Oh, okay. That's fair. People are a little too passionate about Nier, I guess. Yeah. You know what? That's your point when you need to now make everyone feel bad. That's what you're feeling. Be like, thanks bitches, I can't do this anymore because you guys are assholes. Just like, just straight out, you know? Yeah, I don't blame you. And like I said, like, that game, that is a really nice experience in the story. And there's a lot of spoiler things in that game that you would rather experience on your own than someone even hinting at the possibility of it. That's a treasure room. That's a strength. Oh, that's also... Okay. Exit's there. I think Warrior needs a mid buff for real. A buff to current mid. I think it needs extra healing. I think the healing on Warrior is a little lackluster. What do you guys think? Seems like it's missing some healing. Hey Zippo, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate it. Passive.
Angelus Mimikabongo.
Yeah, probably. I mean, Nin's getting the speed passive, may as well give Raw Intuition passive. Oh, dude, I didn't want to check the chest. What are you doing? I want to hear Sheila just dunk on her chat. I feel like half of them would just freeze in place. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it was really fortunate of me, Sheila, that I was able to play Replicant on release. Because even when you had some people who played the original, there were still things that weren't present in the original. So I didn't really get much issues. But I also do run a pretty tight ship, so to be fair. Yeah, that's also my like that's like the slight problem of like playing an older game, especially on stream, is because of that. Like, you know, it's just the possibility of that happening where people just kind of are weird about it, you know? I actually needed to steal. I never got through the original. The original doesn't have as much content as the current one either. Like, there was, like... I don't want to say much. Basically, it just... It, like... I don't know if you call it fixes up things, but it kind of cleans out the ending a little bit better. Kinda shocked how it's been. People I wouldn't expect it from, to be honest, was less bad. Well, you played Elden kind of on release. Wait, did you do Dark Souls? Give it a 3. Gotcha. I know I love the gameplay of it for most of the game. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the original was a lot different than the current one pin. And I really liked Replicant a lot in terms of gameplay. I did have a lot of Elden backseating because it was long enough that people already had metas, etc. I mean, I'll be honest, I feel like Chila, I think you just need to just stand your ground and like just be like harsher about it. Yeah, I mean, you have to find a balance for it to work out for you. So, you know, I feel like you can figure it out. But it needs to be enjoyable to you naturally, too. That's the thing, like you need to naturally have an enjoyment and not all of a sudden become artificial because you're trying to not have things happen, if that makes sense. Like, for instance, I mean, it is kind of in your nature to be always kind of asking questions and everything. Kind of makes it entertaining. But it unfortunately opens the door for people to answer the questions even when you're not even asking for it to be answered. I know for like, when I do some variety games, I actually hold myself back being rhetorical about something. Because I feel like even if I'm not asking it, or like even if I'm clear about saying, hey, don't give me the answer to this, I feel like the question is so specific that if someone misinterprets what I just said, like they just spoil it for me, you know what I'm saying? But it's hard because again, you don't wanna have to now cater to some way of presenting yourself that no longer is actually who you are. And then it gets even more weird. You know, it's almost like you're forcing out a personality or something just because, you know. And that's where you have to kind of look for the balance a little bit. That's actually one reason, too, that I decided not to stream Whippering Wave. Because I was thinking about doing it today. I would have done it yesterday, or rather, I would have done it today if the game released today. But it didn't release today, it released yesterday. and I really feel like I'm like behind a little bit, and I really don't like when people just start giving unsolicited advice when I really would like to discover things myself. And especially with a game like the gacha game, you will run into people who probably are like well ahead of you, whether or not they've paid money or whatnot. So it gets a little weird that way. So I held back on it. Like I might do it tomorrow, but you know, I prefer kind of the method of playing a game where we're kind of just putting it on display and then we have like really neat conversations about it, as opposed to people feeding answers. Yeah, like, don't feed me an answer. I don't need an answer. Just, I like to figure it out with you, but you don't need to give me the answer. I have no idea what I'm doing and no one's playing anything to you. Oh no, I believe you. But it's more like the people who aren't listening, you know? Because my echo situation is a disaster right now. But it's just because I haven't spent any time understanding it. And I want to leave that to me to figure out, you know? It's, as opposed to someone being like, oh, well, you can go to this area, get this one, it's like the really good one. And it's like, I really would have liked to find that out myself. You know? Also, I may not even believe you, so you're kind of wasting your breath, but now it's going to be stuck in my brain because I'm just going to think about what this one guy said about this one echo. And then all of a sudden trying to justify whether it's good or not, and it's like, it becomes a whole thing. It's like, I don't need this to be a whole thing. I'd rather just come to this conclusion myself. Someone was going to tell me how to do a Sekiro boss, and I just said, yeah, I'm going to do it my way no matter what you say. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's... Like Chila generally, guys, she's a very nice person. You know, she's very kind, she's very nice, she's very patient. It's like, it's just really unfortunate that it kind of works against you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just sucks that it kind of works against you in certain situations. So it's, again, the thing that I will press on, it's just, you don't want to leave yourself so much that you're now hitting the live button, playing a game, and then you're having to put on this like entirely different persona, personality, everything, just so you can get through this game. it's just so much unnecessary effort. I don't like this. I might steal, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. Oh, I have a witch. Okay. Witching. That is not a witching! What the fuck am I doing? Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm only getting 2 dreads anyway. At this point, I just won't play it if I get tired of it. Like I never said I had to beat near anyways. That's fair. I can't argue with that. Are you kidding me? I have to actually witching this because I get fucked. Kind of my solution to people in shadow shitheads. Yeah, and also I still think you should be, like, you should be direct a little bit, you know? Like, let's say you do come to a point that it's like, you're gonna stop playing. Like, I made this decision, I'm not gonna stop playing anymore. You shouldn't sugarcoat the reason. You should be just flat out. You know? Like, because I was experiencing this, because I was experiencing that, I have no interest in playing this game anymore. We voted for this game, you guys wanted to see me play it, and you ruined it. like, really? It should be straight up. Because that might help you in the future, when you start looking into other things like that. Oh, I didn't kill this in 30 minutes, lol. What's up, Magnus? I have no issue on Paladins. I just needed a good joke for chat refusing to backseat the ladies. Oh, so many Paladin mains out there just white knighting? I see. I missed the pun. Damn. No, you should. slowly dying. I have Pox once again that I can't get rid of. I love it. How did you not die in that GC? Okay, Sight, Purity. Oh, I got the Purity. Sick. Because think of it this way, Chila. With the games that you had listed, right? You had Persona, you had Hades, you had Nier. And if that was the experience you're gonna have, and if you're thinking about doing Hades in the future, what are you gonna think in the future if you don't establish that fact, right? Now it's just gonna be the same thing. People are gonna do the same thing. So it's either A, listen to Ether Bunny, but like, you know, it. I feel like there's still an opportunity to make people understand where you're going from. You know, I continually watch a lot of my buddies too. A lot of my mutual streamers that have like really like buttoned down their strategy when it comes to people like attempting to backseat and whatnot. You know, that they try to be very clear about it. They try to be all that stuff. But again, it takes a little bit of just getting to something that you're comfortable with in terms of like making that clear to people watching. Like I did it when we did it in Dragon's Dogma, when I started feeling like someone was starting to cross the line of like, you know, you're giving a little bit too much information. And then the one thing that we had in the one day that I basically made the guy leave was just because I was just straight with them. It's like, look, you're giving me too much information, and it's basically backstating, so you'll need to pull it back, otherwise I'm just gonna ban you. And what it is, it's just you don't need to justify, or you don't need to like have this discussion with this other person about what it means to you, what a spoiler is or not, or like, oh well, I was just no, it's just don't do it and we're good. You do it again, you're gone. It's like, that's it. It needs to be your definition, not some dictionary definition. Use my... Oh, I'm dying? Oh, I stood in the AoE. Rip. Ross said it ruins it for other people too. Was just chatting with Essie today, and she was saying how other people in her chat told her they weren't watching certain scenes as much because her chat was backstabbing ruining. Yeah, yeah. That's also the other thing that does occur, because you have people like myself or like other people who will be like super lurkers that are actually trying to enjoy it through the streamer's experience, and they're looking at chat too, but they're not gonna say anything. Like the lurkers are not gonna say anything. So it was really the first time where it kept happening. Seemed like. Yeah, I had a little bit from the same person on Rebirth, but I kind of just stopped responding to them, so it wasn't as bad in Rebirth. There's like, at least I had a better understanding of Rebirth, so I knew where something was getting a little weird, but it's gonna be different for everyone too. I have my no backseating button. That fully spells that I don't give a fuck. Yeah. What's up, 14 hours? Okay, and that's a dread? It's a dread. Oh, it's not a treasure room. What I really liked, Sheila, that both Zuon and Alchemy both have, they have a safe word. But they've also spent a lot of time establishing that with their community. That they can ask any questions they want, they can, you know, be curious about anything they want, but until they say that specific word, then it's not a go signal for anyone to say anything. And then if someone says anything, you just kind of handle them. Like, you be polite, you know, hey, you know, we have a safe word. Handle, that's right, we handled it. So we brought out to the back alley and dealt with. I don't want this one. You got a 10-second pack of full. Wait, you got a 10-second. Wait, a second? Wait. So did you get the first one about the issues, and then you got another one? So when I log in after stream, I'm getting another 10. Is that what you think? That's a solid plan. Having a safer is the way to get deal with it. Maybe try that, Sheila. Yo! What was the reason why for the second one? Did they say why? When I use a safety? Yes. Yes, because then I'll never use it, and then there'll never be a safety. But see, when I do it... Open beta? Oh. Did you do open beta? Because I didn't do open beta. Oh. Okay. Well. Guess I'll log into another one. Yo. Yeah, like when I do variety games, I try to be very clear about, hey, I'm not asking you guys, I'm just speaking out loud. Or I will say, hey, this is for chat. You are welcome to answer this question, blah 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 blah. But then of course that is hard to communicate if you have someone who just walked into stream and didn't hear you say that stuff, so I'm not gonna lie, like, the idea of backseating and people spoiling things is part of the reason why I don't go back to using games. Aside from, like, I would prefer to spend my times on newer games. So that's part of the reason, right? Because a lot of times these games that I want to play are on stream as opposed to off stream. You know, like Biff Tech always jokes, and I'm sure you guys have said it too, how there is an absolute danger of playing Undertale on stream. You know? Like, I get it. I understand it. And I'm sure there are other games that sit in that category too. Because, you know, you have to kind of establish, I guess, your foundation of how you're going to handle stuff like that. Maybe tell the mods of what to look for, blah blah blah. First I heard about this game was 2 weeks ago. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll check later to see if it's there. I don't mind pulls. I'm trying to... So I'm gonna skip the current event. I don't know what you're looking to do, but I'm definitely gonna be, like, waiting for, like, a character I really, really like and then pulling it. Like, I'm gonna hold back a lot. I don't even care what the hell the meta is. Maybe I try to go for, like, a elemental mix again, but I'm not gonna be as kind of optimized like I am in Honkai. I have a policy where if I see someone get frustrated and annoyed and I know the answer, and I'm familiar with the streamer, I say, hey, if you don't know how I've dealt... If you want to know how I've dealt with this, I know the answer. Yeah, that's what I like, too. Or I've done this before, too, Magnus. Like, let's say it's a little unclear the streamer's actually asking for help. Because sometimes there are... I've watched some guys before, some streamers, where they're legitimately, like, hoping someone steps in to help them a little bit. Ow. But it's hard to tell, right? Because you're being careful not to say anything. And you just ask, like... Are you asking? Did you want to know the answer? Like, you give them the extra layer to confirm if they want the answer or not. Should I steal? I feel like I'll be fine with that. There's like an enemy that spawned me. I pulled a 10 from the event banner, all the regular pulls from the beginning. From this point I'm not pulling. Yeah, like, you know what I'm trying to do, Fog? I'm trying to pull enough to get the shop equivalent of, like, tickets. You know how in Honkai we have the monthly shop that we can get, like, discounted tickets and shit? I am trying to just pull enough so I can get all of them. That's it. And then I'll be happy that I just hold and I don't pull anymore, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. I voice what's on my mind. If people don't accept it, too bad. Not like everyone has to like these. Spoilers suck. But it gets tricky though, 14 hours, because there's a balance that you have to do too. Like, you don't want to be so harsh and then everyone starts leaving the stream kind of thing, right? So there has to be some type of way to communicate it, but I don't know, sometimes it's better maybe. Maybe the people should not be there to begin with. But, you know, that's going to be up to the person to figure. That's going to be up to the creator to figure that out, how they want to handle it. I've seen lots of streamers refuse to play some games because of how chat can be. Persona is an outright no by a bunch of streamers I follow because of how absurdly rabid their fan base is. Hey Astra. What a stream to wake up to. Yo, what's up Astra? How you doing, man? This was a little bit random that I wanted to do 14 today. Because I had finished up Hades. Well, I finished playing the amount of Hades I wanted to. So, I was juggling a couple ideas, but I ended up with this, so I don't like my position. Hey Maya, thank you. Hopefully I don't play like a dummy, and basically it just comes down to me not playing like a dummy and we're okay. I specifically do some things day one for some games, just to preempt the fan base. I also happen to love messing with the Persona fan base as a Persona 2 fan. See, that's why... Look, it's like a partial joke, but I'm really serious. Like, if you guys want me to play a Persona game, like, on stream, I'm gonna wait for Persona 6. You know? I know, Reloaded happened, Remaster happened, but what am I gonna get? I'm gonna get people who know how to play the game. You know? I'm gonna run the risk of that. I just don't want to deal with it for like an 120-hour game. If I play a brand new one, presumably I'm going to be dodging a lot of that, you know, I'm going to be dodging a lot of that, so I don't have to care too much about it. I didn't do that right. I would say, just say you will give people who don't spoil $50 after the game and always give it to a fake person. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, Sherlake. But then you have to say that every day, because you could get someone who comes in on day 3 who's never been to the stream before. Just like letting other people know that they are in fact knowledgeable. Hey, I know a lot about this game. Maybe I'm a little pessimistic about that, Cog. Because you know what I'm thinking? I'm like, okay, so you read a guide, right? Like, maybe they did it, but that's just what I'm gonna think now. Oh, so you're reading off the guide. Got it. Yeah, but I can't verify the flex, right? I mean, that's great. It's just... I can't verify your flex. So, I mean, it would be a lot cooler if it did come from you. But how do I know it came from you? Well, the one I had, Cog, which was just like a complete eye roll for me during Dragon's Dogma, was when I had a person be like, hey, I can tell you something that'll save you an hour. And I'm like, bro, I want to play this game longer, not shorter. I don't know why you'd ever give me that information. Why would I want to save an hour? Like, I don't know what would possess you to tell me this info. Like, aren't you enjoying me playing this game? Why do I have to play this now shorter? Based on something that you know about. They were the ones to tell you, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I love when people will say things like that about saving time, but then when you say no, they're like, okay. Okay if you like wasting time. Like, I get it. Right? I'm pausing music. Like, I get it. but I don't know, maybe it's the mentality of some people, like, for like, nowadays for gaming, that, they always want to get through quick, fast, and yeah, or max, speedrunning the fun, exactly, right? Like, it's almost like they're projecting their way of, like, the person is projecting the way they play a game to someone else. It's like, if you're going in blind to a game, you're gonna inevitably miss something. It's gonna be very rare, especially in like a JRPG, that you will play and get 100% on the playthrough. Good thing we're already in the conversation, Chloe. Like, it's gonna be near impossible to go 100% on the playthrough. You will miss something, but it doesn't mean that it's like the worst thing that's ever happened to the person, you know? I think there's like a disconnect there. Like, maybe for you, you feel like you lost interest because you missed this thing, but that's not the same thing for the other person. And then it's like, it causes these ripple effects down the game. Like, okay, what if you miss this item? Now, later on, yes, it's going to be harder, but isn't it more fun to see it, that it's harder? Like, this brings me back to, like, the last SGDQ. I think it was the last yes, this is SGDQ. No, I'm sorry, AGDQ 2024. I think the finale was Final Fantasy V Pixel Remaster. And they were doing, I think, an 80% no glitch or something like that. And the runner misses an item or misses something on the run. Like, they just blank on the thing. And because of that, they reached this boss that made it infinitely harder because they missed this one thing and they're unable to backtrack. So, to some respect, you can be like, oh man, that was such a mistake, you should have gotten this thing. But then it turned into this really, really awesome, like, scenario where they had to spend 30 minutes trying to reroute the run with what they had to try to get through this one boss. It became this whole thing, and it became so thrilling that you were just like, are they actually going to get past this? Like, are they actually going to complete the game? And no one knows until they finally figure it out because of their game knowledge, you know? Like, you actually start ruining the possibility of that moment by injecting what you think is how the game's supposed to be played. And then everything becomes stale because it's just going to play out the way that it's almost like you think it's supposed to play out. People like seeing success, and hopefully for being a reason for it to be happening. I'll agree the first one. No, I'll agree with the second one, but maybe not the first one. Also, people like seeing cutscenes and cool fights without playing it themselves. Like, hurry up and get to the point where I want to watch. I don't want to sit here for an hour. That is true. That is true. There is a little bit of that. Or like from what I've been hearing from some of the 14 MSQ streamers and viewers, that, you know, they're just looking for the reaction of the storyline. And of course, worst off is when you don't react the way you're I guess the meta way of reacting to some of the main story. Oh my god. Like, the funniest thing that I heard about when people were talking about, like, the issues of, like, streaming MSQ. Man. Yeah, well, I guess the live reaction still has some worth to people, right? But okay, ads going out. I'm gonna step into 21. We'll continue this conversation. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks, guys, for watching. Let's keep going. Here and here. Okay. Music. Yeah, and it's never gonna change. Like, it's just gonna be something that, as a streamer and a creator, it's just you have to worry about all the time. Like, sadly. And so it just becomes this challenge of, like, navigating through it to make it the way that you're happy with it, you know? Hell yeah, 14 hours. I have a lethargy, which I probably use on this floor once I gather everything. Oh my god, really? Like, got stuck on a wall. Wait, it's a big room. I think okay, well, it's a mimic too, which I need to actually watch now. Damn it, I hate everything. Oh, come on, dude. I'm just gonna fight this. I don't want to do this. Dude, I keep hitting the button. Okay, there we go. Oh great, of course you're in the room I'm in. That never fails. I actually got paralyzed. Oh, I can't get there. They ended up using it at the same time. Have the mimics dead yet, I think. Whenever you do EO, I'm motivated to do it myself, but I know if I go in, I'll die to something dumb. I mean, it's just all getting the experience, right? So the more you do it, maybe the less likely you'll die. I like to think it like that. Although to be fair, like, I did try setting this up last time, we ended up dying myself, but hopefully today that won't happen. I did a fortune, and we got nothing again. Could have at least given me a botcher. Welcome back to the ads, guys. Thank you for that. Getting nothing from fortunes is an age-old tradition, yeah. Is it really deep dungeon? Did you actually get things from fortune? Oh, that's not the right. That's not the. Lights? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, that's the exit. I think I can do this without anything. I just have to watch the the bit. Did 2 bits? No, 1 bit. Okay. I need to get myself in position here. God damn it, that thing's an aggro. Probably. Oh, it totally did aggro. I need to be here so I can dodge the self-detonate. Also, I need to check the chest later. I'll do that later. In. Let me get the chest and off we go. Okay, I'll get it. Boom, boom, boom. It was right there. I'll get it this time. This. Oh wait. There won't be any learn traps here. The only downside of me doing that thing. But this is also flighted, so... landmine. I can probably get out of here in quick fashion. With these three, and we are off. Bow, bow, bow. Yep. Can I beat the giant? Can I beat the giant? Can I beat the giant? Okay. Beat the giant. Fog. Whoops, I slipped. It kind of didn't say what you can do as word EO. Were you, if any other job? I mean, I could have still done the landmine, kind of, but then I would have been, like, a lot more careful about it. Or, like, maybe done 2, not 3, or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it is safe. I mean, I did stand in the magnetism without too much of a concern, so that was kind of nice. So what up, Silver? How you doing, man? What an angle. Hey, thanks, Cole. Appreciate it. We are setting up the warrior file for the double pull fiasco in the near future. So this is just trying to get the file back up. If you don't know what that is, we did this about 2 weeks ago. Basically, it's a new challenge that I wanted to try, where 41 plus, we take warrior Eureka Orthos, and I forcibly pull 2 at a time. Now, I could pull more. Actually, no, I would prefer not to pull more. We try to do 2 at a time on purpose, and we try to stick to that criteria. Now, it kind of produces a couple interesting situations. One, because it's 2, I believe warrior AoE gets more potency with 3 and above, so you're now kind of forcing yourself to not get that extra potency. Also, I am trying to kill the enemies at the same time. So, like, we pull 2, and we kill them roughly adjacent to the same, like, you know, amount of time-ish. So it kind of adds a little bit extra, where typically you would kill one and then kill the other. And it's just an interesting run, overall. So, I kind of liked it the first time around, and we're gonna do it again. Yo, Saria, what's up, dude? Thank you for the raid. I'll get you the shout out once I finish up these little things. We had a great stream over there. What are you up to? Definitely, yeah. And I died on 70. What, I die on 73 just because I was playing like a dumbass. And that's why it tilted me. Like, I always feel this like urge to make sure I at least do good on the run, and I didn't do good on the run, so I have to do it again. Look at these jerks, dude. They're looking red at the exit. I don't want to do it. How is 14? Doing some pretty nice. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. I usually have been doing variety on the Thursdays, and I just wrapped up Hades 2 in a way. At least what I wanted to showcase on stream, so I'm just like, what do I want to do today? I want to stream, I want to go live, I want to, you know... So we ended up at 14, because I have a couple things I want to set up, and I still want to farm out some potions for Deep Dungeon, so I don't have to worry about it for a while when we start doing Dawn Shield stuff. So here we are today. And welcome in, I'm Angela's Demon if it's your first time here. I do a lot of Deep Dungeon solo if I'm in Final Fantasy XIV. We've been doing a lot of variety games. I'm kind of on the fence if I'll stream Withering Waves. I almost streamed it today, but I decided against it just for today. I might stream it tomorrow. But yeah, I didn't stream it today, so but I'm definitely playing that game. I'm having a blast with that game. I don't know if anyone else is playing it in chat, but that has been a lot of fun with the amount of time I currently have put into it. I will be able to put in a lot more time, like, over the weekend. Tomorrow, I don't know, and that's one reason actually I may want to stream it, just so I can have extra time on it. But I'll see. Yeah, like I said, we just finished Hades 2, done a lot of JRPGs, and kind of just vibe until Dawn Shield shows up, just like everyone else. Will the POTD machinist, yes, excluding the boss. I put an asterisk on the thingy. Because of that it will not include the bosses, because I need the potion on the bosses. I mean, I'll try to do as many bosses as I can without doing a potion, but yeah, it'll not include the bosses. I don't know why I'm pulling this much, I guess it's completely unnecessary. But, yellow. I streamed it a bit, but I've been playing mostly offline. I'll stream more this weekend. Someone so fun. First Descent Final... What is that? What does that mean? shooter game. It's like Destiny War. Oh, okay. That's a long... Oh no, the game is called Final Descent, and it's the final technical test. I'm like, wait, that's a really long game? That's a really long name of a game. I'm assuming that's what you mean by that, right? That it's the final technical test for First Descent, not that it's named the entire thing. It'd be like a really long, that'd be really long gaming. Wait, hold. I'll take for it, and there's schedule to come on. Nice! Oh, cool. Well, now I'm gonna just, like, keep an eye on it. See if it might be up my alley. Or I might be interested into it. Oh, time to bow wow, guys. You have your dogs out. Do I want to... Yeah, I'll save it. I'm out in 4. Wait, you dropped the chest, didn't you? Did. Steal. That's storms, but that's a landmine. I'm just gonna check this. I won't do a big pull. Hey, that's a good one. No raising though, is the only concern. Thought I'd never do PvT after Necro, getting Necro and Machinist. Now I'm working on a clear for Samurai, the super pink pillow. Funny how it drags you back in. Well, I mean also, like, what do you call it? I mean, Score Next kind of dragged people back in too, right? For the Ultimog. But, sometimes you just crave it, super pink pillow. And you do have new jobs coming in. You have a possible adjustment to Deep Dungeon coming in because of just patch shenanigans and expansion shenanigans. You know, it's damn good content. That's what it is. Wait, is that a treasure room? That is a treasure room. Good thing I'm not scoring. Great. You know, would have been great if I was scoring, but I'm not scoring, so. I got my dread back. All of them back. You put the Onion Knight back in the thing. I'll do a big pull. That is a landmine. I'm taking the scenic route here. The song is so chill. I love this song. Uh-oh. Oh, that is so unlucky. Because I ran back into the damn thing. God damn it. I guess I'll just start at 21. We can patch it up together. No. Dude, it's EO for you, man. I'll just do it 21. Less palms, but it's whatever. What a thing to walk into. I know, right? I kind of forgot I was pulling Venera with me, but I also thought that, I kind of also thought that Une would probably take care of me, but of course she did not. Wait, the Demolisher's gonna go ham. Just EO things? Yeah, see? It happens to all of us, it's fine. No big deal. Let me not actually stand here. I'm gonna be working with less palms though, but then on the bright side, I'm never raising. So I guess it's okay. Because it's like, it almost doesn't matter. I did want to finish kind of early today, but I guess we'll spend a little bit more time with you guys. A little more quality time with the viewers. But this is the kind of thing, this is actually the perfect time to have these types of experiences. Because I'm sure down the line, I'm going to have a scoring arc, and I need to do this. Like, this actually has to be normal for me to accomplish. So I'm not really overly upset by it. This is just what's gonna have to happen for me to learn how to handle these bigger pulls, you know? There again. Don't worry. If I'm gonna be back there, I'll be letting you guys know. But that's still one of the coolest things that I think forever will be grateful for. Actually, the SGDQ coming up in June. There's only one Final Fantasy game in there, and it's Dirge of Cerberus. I think it's very Mario heavy. I think is Mario having like an anniversary. I think it's very Mario heavy for this time around. I'm kind of excited for Dirge of Cerberus, because I haven't seen anything for that game, and it's like a solid excuse to see something for that game. I know the kind of reputation it has, but hey, may as well watch someone really good at the game to do the game. Double fortune, yay. I have 2 lethargies. Yeah, I could probably do a lethargy. Let me refruit again. This will be a small room. That looks like a treasure room. Actually, I think it is a treasure room. Like, almost guaranteed it's a treasure room. Gotta shrink. Other G's of Honey Palm. It opens a couple doors for some silly things, that's for sure. This is actually one thing I need to really get used to too. When we start looking at the score run, this is gonna have to be normal. Yo, what is up, 7 Minty? How you doing? Welcome in. Alright, time to get out of here. I did Fortune. I'm glad the Fortune is once again doing its thing. Can be really good, but can also be annoying. Yeah. I mean, I guess there's ways to adjust for it, right? But, you know. You just gotta keep alert when things like that happen. I'm pretty sure it's aggro's. Putting on Ninja and had to wait for the use to fight again. Gotta let it do its thing, man. Takes a while to come, you know, it takes a while to push it out. And Ortho Knight. Back to Ortho Knight. Kinda sucks I had those 2 Onion Knights though. But what can you do? I think that's the earliest I've seen Onion Knights. 2 of them especially. Naturally, you still like it. Oh, whoops. I was just standing in it. Oh my god. Let's focus on the other guys doing the thing. Well, at least I know I could survive it. I think I took another body slam. Oh, is it? Wait. It's in the other room. Okay. How do you think the new classes will feel at 60? Viper will have very few buttons. Picto might have a little bit more buttons, but still maybe less than what we typically have. My gut feeling, Buyer, is that they're going to be very strong. Reaper came out of the gate extremely strong at 60 because they gave it like one of their damage booster passives like a lot earlier than other classes did. So I'm kind of predicting you might see that again. But you know, we just have to wait. But yeah, new expansion jobs tend to be very strong in general, so something to keep in mind. Well, that's my gut feeling. Of course, we have to wait till, I think the media tour for NA is all done, so you're gonna start seeing whoever's gonna start making content soon in, like, June. Definitely gonna see what the dudes will have, what they are gonna find out. I'm really, really praying that one of the content creators will take into consideration, like, some of the passives, like, when they activate, and maybe, like, see if some of the things look at lower levels, etc. That would be a miracle. But if we see passives, that'll at least give us some indicator. Because now, what I'd be looking for Viper is that damage passive. When do they get it? Because now I know what I'm looking for because of Reaper. If you see it early, like, you know, 60 or something, then you're looking at a very, very strong Viper. But it's still gonna be really hard to get a gist of, like, how strong a job's gonna be, even with just the tooltips, you know? Because what you also want to see, this is what you want to see. You want to see a current job that isn't going to get changed. You know, like, let's take, I guess, maybe Samurai, or, what other job could be put out there? Or actually, yeah, Samurai or Reaper would be maybe two jobs that you look at for their potency in Endwalker, and then compare it and run it like next to Viper to see, like, is it equal, is it less, more, and then you can make some judgments for how it's gonna do in, like, 60 content. And that kind of the same thing with Picto to some extent, comparing casting times, the potencies and stuff like that. That's kind of the best you can do to get the most information as possible, and that's what I'm gonna be looking for. If I can get enough information, I do want to do videos on that. You know, to kind of explain the deep dungeon side of things, you know. But we'll have to wait till the creators do their thing, or rather, they're allowed to do their thing. I guess that's more the operative word, because I'm sure they're working on it as we speak. I think they're heading home now. I think they're done with their obligations for NA, so we'll have about, what, 2 weeks to work on their stuff. I'm gonna paint my way first. I died on 27. Yeah, I'm doing Picto first. I'm really gonna be into Picto myself. I don't have another lethargy. Oh, no, that's an intuition. So I restarted at 21 because I didn't really care anymore, so we're gonna do a 21 with less bombs. I was gonna Viper, but it doesn't really look that interesting for some reason. So the way I was describing it, it looked generic. But I also think maybe, you know, it just, Yoshi P didn't give it enough justice, kinda, you know? And I think Picto had so much so much going on with that job that, that's why it took, like, a lot more to kind of just, like, explain it and whatnot. That's kind of how I was looking at it. did I spawn? Dragon, Ortho Knight. Yeah. I'm super hyped for Viper. I think it's gonna be one of those jobs, almost like Scholar Expedient. I think I need to play it before I really push any judgment on it, you know what I mean? Or again, maybe the content creators will put out something that really highlights the job. And gives it a completely different look. You thought the Picto animations were a lot nicer than you thought they'd be? Same. I thought they looked really polished. But they should have, but yeah, they look very polished. I'm happy Bard, says Astra on YouTube. I'm happy Bard's quality of life changes and that's about it. For now. Need to see how other things are affected in game, especially Astro. Yeah, same. I mean, I'm gonna be diving into those jobs, right? I mean, we're not, like, the deep dungeon side of things, we're not really gonna know about how those jobs are gonna be until we actually dive in. So, I'll be excited to see how that goes. Give me a Demi, please. Please, for the love of God, give me a Demi. The Dragoon rework seems super thin. It does seem super thin, but you never know. Like I said, I think I'll always go back to the example of Scholar Expedient, because Scholar Expedient on the job action trailer, everyone memed on so hard, and then it became the coolest thing ever. You know? And that's one thing. Like another example of this too. I don't know if anyone knows this, if they played, like, FF11 back in the day. Like, we're talking, like, almost release FF11. Ninja, the job Ninja, had originally been intended... Hold on a moment. Had originally been intended to be a DPS, and it ended up being that the community made it into a tank because of the kit that it had. So I think that also can play a role. That the devs may want you to perceive a job to be a certain way, but the players kind of end up, you know, morphing it into some interpretation of what it is, and then it starts forming metas and whatnot. So, you know, it could also be the case there that maybe they just didn't explain it the way that you think you wanted it to be explained, and then all of a sudden it becomes even more badass than you wanted it to be. This is really good training, by the way. I don't have lethargy, so I'm trying to force myself to do this without any of the thing, and getting some good experience here. You don't know why people were memeing on Expedient? Because I think a lot of it was in comparison to Sage Severin, because I think at that time, no healer had a gap closer, right? So, like, seeing Sage get the gap closer, and then watching Scholar just run faster, just visually speaking, looked very silly. But then people didn't apply it to its actual application. And of course, like, you couldn't predict the type of raids that we were gonna get at the time either, you know? I think that also contributed to why the party buff was superior to the single target, the single player teleport. I mean, to some extent I get it, but it's the old adage of don't judge a book by its cover kind of thing, you know? Jesus fucking Christ. Good old Blink Tank, the most expensive job right next to Ranger. Yeah. But I love that story, Avalon. How that's not how the devs initially, you know, wanted the job to be, but that's just what the community ended up doing. And then boom, that's the iteration you had when it came to Ninja. And they're just kind of like, okay, sounds good. Well, like the answers that people maybe don't do content where you have to move if they're going to move here. Well, also, I mean, look, you're still talking about the internet. People thrive on negativity and memes, right? So, of course, it's gonna get memed on. If it has an open doorway to get memed on, it's gonna get memed on. What's up, Taco? The more I heard about FF11, the more I want to play it, to be honest. FF11 in its current state is really good, but the FF11 that I spout out and I talk about is not the FF11 you're going to experience today, because it's very different back from 20 years ago, 15 years ago, so on and so forth. And it isn't to necessarily say it's a bad thing. It's just a fact, you know? Like, for them to sustain and to have that game survive into 2024, you had to make those type of changes where it was more approachable to solo content, so on and so forth. And yeah, it's just gonna be very different than what it used to be, where it was really a requirement to have the social aspect of it and to run parties and whatnot. Like, you could not really progress a level efficiently at all if you didn't have, you know, a party of people to get into. Or even at back of the day when you only had the one server, making sure that you had a decent enough reputation that people didn't, you know, disclude you from parties because you made a living hell out of the other party. I think that was the thing that is definitely missed out in modern MMOs, is that a lot of times we'll go into Duty Finder and Party Finder, and some people can be assholes, but more than likely, you know, person A, person B may never see each other again, especially in a Duty Finder. Just the random fact of whoever's queuing. So that kind of anonymity in a way, or the lack of the personal vibe to it, kind of contributes to that. Whereas in FF11, man, it's like if you were an asshole to like a party, one, that party's never gonna invite you back again, and two, it could spread between the link shells, and then you're kind of just like off the record blacklisted because you have this reputation on the server. You know, and like if you want to progress, you have to make friends with, like, not be a jerk, you know. So that was kind of a fun era at the time. I really would like a demi-clone. Really would like a demi-clone. Really would like a demi. Oh, pretty good. The thing that killed me earlier. Making naming for yourself was an interesting dynamic. I was only able to get away with being a total diva in previous games because I was that much better than the average player. That kind of thing wouldn't work in a modern game with any semblance of balance. Yeah. You mean the idea of a reputation wouldn't work in a modern game? To some extent, depending on the game you're playing. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, you play something like when I was playing like Counter-Strike or like some other PvP games, I mean, you inevitably run into the same people because you're like the same rating or something. So to some extent you kind of deal with it, but in other times like FF11, I don't know how it was in WoW, but you know, it's like you had options to play with other people because there were a lot of people to pick from. If you had a bad time with this one person, you probably just don't deal with them. Get a treasure room. That's just a lot of people. I don't have a, right now I have a sword. What if I want a dread? I want to probably keep the dread. Maybe I just storm this? I don't know. If I storm this, then I do a fortune. Let's do the safety and fortune. Let me see what you got. I'd have to re-steal. It's fine, I'll just re-steal. I think where reputation still matters a bit is when you do ultimates and Tiamat. I run the same people in my data center all the time. Especially if you're leading, I imagine, right? If you're like a leader to that, especially if you're using the universal stuff, I imagine like you wouldn't want a bad reputation. I mean, now they're gonna have, right, the new blacklist rules and stuff that also can attribute. So that also helps with being able to keep track of people you don't want to deal with. I need to be a little careful because I do not have heals. I might do a storms. I don't have a witch. Actually, I probably don't have a witching. I don't realize that right now. Double serenity. I mean, I could do a landmine, but I think it just no. That's okay. That's fine. Okay, let's not die to the Vanera again. Great idea. Affluence. No Demi, dude. I want to fight the boss of the Demi, I swear. Please. I don't have a fortune again, so... Luring trap. I don't even know if I pull that much because I don't have a witching. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have a fortune. If I had a fortune, I can pull big, but what's the point if I don't have the fortune? Demi, please. I am not targeting anything. Oh, I have to do the boss with a Demi. Not really my liking, but this is the fate I've given myself, so... I will shank this boss. wing. One more. Fail. When I was doing Eureka and Moja, hard. We definitely knew people by name. Certain folks would enter the instance and nobody would even ask. Yeah, yes, actually, it's true. I didn't run into really bad people in that respect, but yeah, you did see the same people. I mean, I imagine like BA runs too, right? When you had people like maybe actively trying to steal portals and stuff, you probably would recognize them and everything. Same deal. I mean, I remember even with the BA discords in the early days, you had like, I think like a blacklist of people that like they didn't want around. That's funny. Actually, I think the bigger Deep Dungeon Discord has I forgot what they called it. Well, they have a list of people that you can put in if they oh, I think it was griefing. If people like just left a Deep Dungeon party because they were just being like jerks or something, like they just left especially for pals, and you understand it, especially with the Deep Dungeon runners. Like if you organize a party via that Discord, you get to like 150 and then you bail on the party, like, you know, without any reason, you just left them to dry. I mean, that run is dead. Like you just can't do the run anymore. So we kind of had that list to kind of, you know, keep track of people who had the history of doing it. It made sense. The end release sounds chaotic. I honestly, I mean, maybe I will regret these words. So be it. But I never had anyone try to steal my portal. But man, if someone tried to do it, they were gonna pick the wrong person, because I had I always joke about how I went under rigorous training against RMT in Final Fantasy XI. And I kid you not, like this is like not even a fake story. Like I learned so many cool tactics from the RMT about camping notorious monsters and camping like big ticket items. The amount of knowledge I picked up from them in terms of how they know when something was going to respawn, how, you know, how to track down an enemy with like flee and hide and everything. Like I learned so much from them, so I felt like I was so well trained for a situation like this. So if someone tried to steal my portal, like good luck, dude. You don't know the battlefield that I went through. And I could see it from other people who are like, you know, they're more like not used to kind of, you know, like portal sniping and so on and so forth, but like trying to like react fast. Like a lot of times, you know, you kind of casual about it. Okay, it's time. All right, let me finish watching this show and hop into the portal. Not this like, you know, the portal comes in, you like sprint and like gap close to it, you know. You like what do you call it? Like maybe even go so far as to like fake trade someone so they cancel their thing inside so you can get in before. Like there's so many tactics you could do. Because I didn't have to do any of it, but yeah, like I get it. I mean, even on the side of just the portals, just coordinating it when it's still mostly blind. So, I don't know how it is now, with I know Cafe is one of the popular BA discords, at least from my experience back then, Silver. You definitely had a little bit of the, I don't want to call it elitism. That's too strong of a word. But you definitely had this hierarchy of groups where you had groups that were designated for new people. And you did it, like, with, like, a reputation. Like, you actually had to, like, self-verify, or actually verify yourself of, like, oh, I did X amount of runs, here's my screenshot. Otherwise, they, like, you can't hop into, like, a veteran team that is meant to clear. They just won't accept you. Like, it's just, you had to have this whole, like, you know, like proof of identification to be able to hop into certain runs. On top of, like, having a decent reputation and whatnot. Or, like, someone had to vouch for you, you know? Because it was a tough run. Like, it was really hard, so, like, people didn't want to, you know, you basically didn't want to be in a clear run if you had a couple people who've never been there before. Especially with how delicate the run was. So it got to that. Like, honestly, that bit was kind of annoying, because I felt like a little anxiety about making sure I didn't, you know, make the mistake, I didn't cause the problem. One thing I don't miss about that experience, but I was determined to get my mount. Spending literal hours waiting for the Emperor in Valkyrian Dunes just for a chance at his hairpin, you're bringing back some dark memories. See, for me, it wasn't dark memories. It was like something that made me a better gamer. Like I remember my biggest memory Avalon was when the Okotes in whatever the stronghold was with the Yagudo. And I still remember the days when you had like 20 plus people camping that one notorious monster, and like 10 of them were RMT, and as it was about to spawn, you had 10 people going flee and hide. So you don't even know where they're going to be. You can't even have this anticipation that, like, maybe you got lucky and, like, it spawned next to you, and you don't know if you had one of the RMT that just so happens to be right next to you too, and you have to make sure you get it before them. Oh my god, the thrill! The thrill of that whole experience was just... man. I still remember, like, even at the end of my career in 11, how, like, I learned about the whole placeholder, especially for something like the Emperor. Because I didn't know about that until, like, you know, I started looking up more information that you were looking for a very specific placeholder. And, like, a lot of people didn't know that, right? That, like, there is this one spawn that you had to track on the wide scan. You can kill however many flies you want to, but there is the one very specific one you needed to track. That's all you need to care about. Because most people would then just camp it like 24/7 because they don't know. Okay, a fly spawn, maybe it's that one. A fly spawn, no. You just need one. But not a lot of people knew that. You know, so there was also that bit of information and stuff like that. That was kind of exciting. Gotta go to university now, says Kenjin. I wish you... thank you, Kenjin. I appreciate it. Well, hopefully I don't die in this following set, and then we can move on to machinist. We'll see how fast I can do that. But BRB. I'm going to hit an ad here. We're going to try to get through 31 to 40 so I can park this file and finally have it ready for our challenge. I'll see you in a little bit. Thanks, guys, for watching. Okay. Thankfully, seems like portal stealing very rare these days. I only saw like 2 portal steals in 50 hours to Eureka. I never, like I said, I never saw portal stealing myself. I knew it was happening. It never happened to me, though. Maybe I was lucky. Actually, I'm skipping this song, I think. No. Oh, that song, I could use that song. But not a big deal. And steal. I could have actually played that song. I thought I was gonna play it later, but I'm not. I think I can handle 5 with steal. Might have to pull some more with the bugs, though. It's not gonna be... they are also buffing everyone, so I need to be careful with that. I may not want to pull as many as I think I should. If somebody had the audacity to portal steal from me, I would make sure to ruin their name in Eureka every... As you should. Honestly, you should. Because that's going to help the next gamer coming down the line, you know? You're gonna help, like, an entire Discord avoid the person. Because what if they hop into those Discords, too? Oh, I got 2. Welcome back from the ads, guys. Appreciate your patience on that. You're helping the stream. You're seeing some ads, so thank you. I knew I only needed 1, and of course I pulled 2, so... I'm surprised you're using so many palms. Are you only farming fragments? Or did you start saving them? Honestly, I just want to get through the floors faster. That's, like, literally the only reason. This is actually gonna be... This is a pot farming type of run, but, yeah, I just want to get to the higher floors. I hate these floors. I really don't like these floors. So if I could try to push my time to get them through faster, then I'm gonna try. There's also a little bit of training for that, because that is definitely my weakness. I've gotten so used to being complacent with just single pulls all the time. So I want to get used to getting a little bit more on the higher pulls. I think that doing the whole double pull challenge later is part of that process of getting used to multi-pulls in a way. Ease myself into it, you know? You'd be right. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Hope you're having a great day. Doing great. You know, it's actually been... I don't know how long it's been since I've done 14 on a Thursday. But the whole idea was, one, I get to play some other games, enjoy some other games, but also, you know, recharge for Dawn Trail. I mean, I definitely would like to say I'm recharged, because I was really looking forward to doing 14 today. I mean, I may not do it next Thursday, we'll see. But I mean, in June, we're gonna push a lot of crap on June, that's for sure. But today we're setting up 2 files. So I can use them in the future. I'm not ready at all. Gotta buy... Oh no! Are you gonna go with like a pre-build? Are you gonna like build it? Is your current one just like unable to deal with Dawn Trail at the moment? Is that why? Or worst case scenario, like something happened to the PC? Should it suck? Rebirth music works really well in here, let me tell you. Got my new BC, still have to pre-order DT, but I'm ready for DT. Barely played 14 at the moment because I was burned out. Yeah. Only going gold salsa and T at the moment. Yeah, I mean, look, to me, it worked both ways. Like, I wanted to take the opportunity to try out other games, which there were a lot on my radar. But also, what's the recharge? And I feel recharged. I know a lot of people are starting to make their way back to 14, as they should. Trying to, you know, get themselves ready, making sure they're through main story, so on and so forth, but, for me, it was just maintenance. Like, I just had to make sure that I didn't feel like I hated the game. And I didn't. I mean, look, I think I would say it's pretty impressive to myself. I mean, I don't know what the perception is to you guys, but, you know, I mean, I've been streaming since 2019, January. And since then, I've been doing Deep Dungeon, like, literally at least one time a week, with a few exceptions, and I've been able to maintain the interest and the passion for it, you know? To me, this is still, like, the most exciting content I do in this game, and I still look forward to, like, every single time I do it. So being able to micromanage it in a way so that, you know, I keep that battery fresh and happy, I'll do it. I'm leaning on building it. I noticed some time ago my PC struggles doing several things at once. See, that's why, you know, be right. That's why I went to the process of going for a dual PC. I'm working on a dual PC right now. Having some very tiny technical issues that I hope to resolve by Dawn Trail. Nothing significant, nothing I think you guys are noticing, but something I'm noticing more in very finer detail. With that being said, that was exactly my whole thing, was that I wanted to go with a double PC where the workload is distributed, because the biggest example I had was when I played Diablo 4 on release. And I remember playing it off stream a little bit, you know, enjoying the game. I was playing it on Ultra. And when I went to stream the game, this was when I had a single PC. When I went to stream the game, I had to bring it down to low because the game would lock up so hard, it was unplayable. You know? And it felt so bad. Like, I'm like, man, my PC is pretty damn good, and I can't play this game on low, like anything but low. But it makes sense because I have, like, you know, like 3 other programs and a browser open when I'm playing the game. You have OBS going, you have your bots going, you know, so on and so forth. So it makes sense. But then with the dual PC, I'm able to distribute the workload. So I game on one PC, and then I have everything else on the other. And it's been working really good. So I'm playing at, like, maximum capacity. I'm playing this game currently at maximum. And I'm going to play Dawn Trail at maximum. But I don't have to worry about my computer being unable to handle it, you know? Now, I'm not suggesting that, you know, that's a viability for you or something, but that was where my head was at, too. And I knew, as time went on, I would have to suffer through that. You know, as games get more powerful and everything. Like, I think one of my buddies who was streaming Whispering Waves, I think they had to drop down the thing because their system was getting having a little issues trying to work everything going. You know? It's just modern games nowadays, they're just a lot more powerful. And I feel like I'm set for a long time, you know, even if games become better over, like, you know, the next 5 years, at least the workload is distributed. Your positivity is the beacon of light to use, since I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are not looking forward to DT. I would say on my end of things, I would say it's... If I were to put a percentage on it, I think I'd be at a 80-20, or like a 70-30 with the people that I know. I know a lot of the content creators, that side of things, I think a lot of them are excited. I mean, people, even like some content creators are like, you know, making their way back over just to like start prepping because they're excited about Dawn Trail. I know from the community a lot of people are pretty excited, but I think maybe it's a little biased because, you know, maybe Deep Dungeon is a little different. I know a couple people who were not as excited about the direction of the game into like Arcadia and the rating part of it, right? Because it's like it's against the idea of like, you know, a fantasy type of atmosphere, and completely understand it, not even gonna question it, I get it kind of thing. So, but yeah, you know, for me it's, I have like I guess a different motivation because I'm completely motivated by making content. I mean, like, yes, I love doing the content, that obviously helps, but I had this whole plan about how we're going to handle Deep Dungeon and Dawn Trail. It's like, there's just so much to do, and I still love doing this, so it's, you know, I just look forward to all the work, the quote-unquote work that I'm gonna put into it. The news story has to start somewhere. Yeah, it does. My statics are so not into... My static is so not into DP. I have no expectations. I have no expectation. I'm excited for Deep Dungeon changes. We'll say that the Cyberpunk... the Cyberpunk... looks a bit out of place. Oh, I think it looks a lot out of place. I think outside of you giving the meme of elegance, right? Elegance! I think it's very out of place. But for me, it's a little biased because I thoroughly enjoy the idea of a cyberpunk theme. Always loved the cyberpunk theme. I love Cyberpunk 2077. That game was just a freaking treat to play through. Like, the aesthetics, the whole... Well, the story is great. But, like, the whole aesthetic and oh, man, that was such a beautiful game. Even on release. Way better than 2.0, but even on release, it was such a cool game. So I fall in love with that very easily. So for me, I don't care how we're getting there. I don't care about the story that justifies the area. I just want to look at it. You know? I just want to get my character there and just look at the surroundings and just be happy with the graphics. That's how I look at it. That's actually also a follow-up reason that I'm actually loving Wuthering Waves, because Wuthering Waves has a little bit of a steampunk-ish, cyberpunk-ish vibe to it too. So that's like, oh yeah. Like a lot of the structures and everything kind of has that a little bit. I'm liking it a lot. So, but yeah, I'm biased in that sense. Hello? I have to pay attention to these. It does look cool, so I'm hyped. I hope we get some really good cyberpunk lamps. Well, you have the ones from PvP, right? So I guess that's a start. I'm excited about the music. The music, man. Just to hear that genre of music. Oh boy, give it to me. Soken's gonna crush it, I know it. What's the safety? Did I not open this? Oh, I did open it, but it was another safety. Okay. I'll go with 3. Did I kill 2? Maybe I go with 4. I can do 4. Well. I get them together. I was so close, I thought I was actually gonna get hit with that. What the? Oh, I lost the button, okay. Pictomancer in the middle of Cyberpunk City, just drawing Moogles, waiting while near music is blasting in the background, a blue true crossover. Hey, you gotta adapt, right? As someone who has played 5 and 9 a lot, I'm looking forward to playing Pictomancer and Viper. Yeah. I never played 5. I will maybe sometime in the future. You know, it's actually interesting that you put it that way. I am not as excited about Viper because of 9. Like, Zidane as a job, I don't think I cared for as much. I liked his character. I didn't care for the fact that he was, you know, a thief, dual-wielding, blah blah blah. If that makes sense. Like, 9 was one of my favorite stories in all of Final Fantasy. I really loved the story of FF9. Yeah, I guess I'm just looking... I think, you know what it is? Viper to me has a little bit more of a association to FF11 than it does for 9. Although, I'm not about to say that it references 11 and not 9. Like, it does reference 9. But FF11 did have dual-wielding swords, too. Just not to the extent of the speed in which it's going to be played. You had dual-wielding swords in 11. I got to refill my water. Should do that after Twintania. Twintania. Understandable. Square has a lot of jobs they could have added, so I doubt everyone will be happy with new jobs. I think the concern that I see from people, to be right, it's more they hope the jobs don't become too samey. I think that's one reason I'm excited for Pictomancer. It looks very different than the other 3 casters, and I'm loving it. Viper, we'll just see. I gotta get it in my hands, and I gotta play it myself. But at least on the surface, Picto looks very unique. Like, I've heard people... I mean, look, it's kind of the doom and gloom, kind of the negative starting of things before you actually get your hands on it, right? But I've heard people talk about how they almost would want the next expansion to not have a new job. Because they don't want it to be the same as something else. Fair comment, but, you know, we'll see. I kind of want to Storms. So watch my HP here. Maybe I'll steal just to make this a little safer. Last time I tried the Storms, I died. So, you know, we'll try to be just a little better this time. By the way, where the hell are my Demiclones? Naga. Better. I don't want a fortune because I don't have that. I only have 1 left. Minotaur. Gonna save because I gotta run behind them. I would like that chest though. Wee, Minotaur. Gotta dread. Guess since I got EO done, I should go back to focusing PO2D. Do it. Cycle between the 3 of them. Reaper gameplay-wise, it's just a much easier Dragoon job to play that does a lot of damage. Viper will be more than likely first or second fastest job in the game. I hope it's a fast... Mr. Lookin! Tier 3, sir. Thank you so much, man.
I am Lokepog.
He is a Lokepog. 46 months, sir. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Always a pleasure to see you. How is Song Conquest going over there? Or have you done more D4? Or do you need to sleep? Maybe you need to sleep. Pull the Chimera. Doing nothing but nice. How far are you in D4 so far? I had to put it down a little bit because of Withering Waves. I got up to 97. I had been on tier 39 in the pit. and I found my amulet. I was looking for an amulet. I got a pretty badass one that I'm pretty happy with, and now I was just in the process of just like getting my strength higher. But then I had other obligations for now, so I might come back to it. I don't know. I mean, I should come back to it. I really want to try to do some of those more challenging things in there because I feel like this is my one opportunity to do it. I don't think they're gonna nerf like the minions, right? I mean, I think they got them at a nice point that this is what minions are gonna be forever. Like 40 Durell kills. Nice! Cool. I want to get to that point. But soon. Withering Waves has me by the stranglehold. It's such a wild game. I was thinking about this last night. I could not understand 100% why. I just wanted to just play that game more. Outside of probably it's just a good game. That's it. It's just a fun game. And I think at the end of the day, I don't really question. Are you having fun? Yes, play it. Okay. Play the game. They've been very busy. They've been very open that they'll nerf a class mid-season if it was seriously busted. Well, that's the thing. I don't know what seriously busted means, so I have no idea if like Necrominion at the moment is seriously busted. Like, I don't know what the community is saying. I don't know what the position is, but I mean, I hope not. Good. I hope not. Because it feels fantastic. Like, I love playing it right now. I am now running Bone Storm. I have the aspect that increases the duration of my Bone Storm, so now I have almost full uptime Bone Storm, which is feeding me shielding. So I am getting just like, you know, I have, what do I have? I think I have like 17,000 HP, and then I'm getting fed like extra shielding on top of that. Feels really good. And not to mention, like, I think what's really nice about that is every time it breaks the shield, it puts it back up, which gives me an opportunity to heal. It's like a really nice combination of just like staying up, and I was trying to look for temerity, but now I feel like I probably don't need it. I still would like it, but I don't think I necessarily need temerity now. If anything, it'll just be tweaked after the season. Maybe I'll actually enjoy D4 again. I'll actually like bother with the season, get like, you know, to certain points of the season or something. I mean, I'm basically already done with the season pass. Or the battle, whatever that is. Yeah, the season pass. I think I'm like 82 or something. I think I've only played the game for like maybe 24 hours or something. But if I get good at that game, like if I'm able to drop the higher end bosses and stuff, like the level 200 ones, definitely might be a thought to bring it back to stream, because at least I won't look like I'm silly. Like I know what I'm doing. That's like where I want to get to on the game before I try to stream it, to be in a more secure spot about what I'm trying to do. I'm pulling stuff into my bash barb though. I want to do bosses there. Gotcha. I'm actually excited to try her, to actually like legitimately prog her and learn the mechanics. Like I mentioned this before, my one and only time against Uber Lilith in Diablo 4, I just hit level 100 on hardcore, and as like my send-off for my whole level 100 experience, I wanted to just pop into Lilith on stream, just to see how it felt, because I never saw her, I don't know what my gear was. Just like, YOLO, let's just try her out. I think it lasted all of 10 seconds and I bailed. I warped the hell out of there, man. Like, nope, I'm good, see ya, bye. I think I had the Death Elixir on, and I think like the first hit she hit me, proc the death elixir, and then I just left. Not to mention, I was like, I didn't know this answer, and I still don't know this answer, because I know in Uber Lilith the platforms go away, right? So my question was, what happens when you had death elixir and you fall off the arena? Like, do you just die anyway? Like, that was what I was trying to, like, wonder, and it was just making me anxious about, like, how am I going to, you know, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know how this fight goes. I got her an HP tick. We got one shot by something and decided to come back. Oh, yeah. I'll deal with you later. Yeah. Like, Season 2, Sorcerer is hella busted. I killed Lilith my Sorcerer, then it died in 5 seconds. Damn! Yeah, but you're such a good gamer, though, so... Zevin, are you gonna try, Are you gonna try Withering Waves? Or is gachas off your radar? I feel like you'd like the action battle part of Withering. Okay, that's fair. That, you know what? Not even gonna push past that. I completely understand, so all good. We can stream it tomorrow. You know, maybe I can just stream it tomorrow to put it on display. I'm just hoping I get a little further into that game. That's my only holdback. I just still don't know much about that game. I don't get much time tomorrow. But I'm really debating on just streaming it tomorrow. I think I'll easily get a full stream of it. Not to mention they do have a, what do you call it? Support a streamer thing, so it's kind of nice. It's like very similar to Cyberpunk, where you give 2 subs to channel streaming it, you get some stuff out of it. It's kind of nice. I think that's such a cool way. I wish 14 would do that. Maybe someday in another universe they'll do it. Unlike the infamous Twitch collab that they had way back when. They're vowed to never support gacha, so no going back. I'm not even gonna convince you on it. Like, that's one aspect of it that, you know, it can be a serious problem for people, especially if you're someone who would probably spend money on it. Yeah, screw Exvius, dude. Screw Exvius, man. I mean, I never spent money on Exvius, but the way the game started to go was just very disappointing. I mean, how much more? I mean, they're. It's like they're running out of content. They gotta be running out of content, right? I hope they wrap up the story, because that was actually the one thing that was I did enjoy about Exvius. The story was very compelling. So I hope they give it a proper send-off. How was the gacha? Withering Waves is a lot of fun. I still have regrets, Loken, that I did fall off of Genshin at the time. I really did enjoy Genshin, but I only played it for like a month and then I stepped away from it. So it's kind of filling that hole a little bit. I think it still has its issues though, that I hope it cleans up. And if it cleans up like the optimization and the performance issues, and if it cleans up the localization, I'm really gonna like that game. The localization bothers me. It's irritating, it looks unpolished in that aspect, but the actual gameplay and the battle, the music, very good music. Like, everything else surrounding the game is fine. It's just the localization is kind of like, it's like 70% trash. But then of course you have something like Honkai, which Honkai is so polished that you are kind of spoiled that you can see how a game can actually get to that level, you know? I mean, I've played a couple gacha games or free-to-play games, especially like sponsored streams, that like maybe they were early access, they were first-time releases, and they were like you're putting this out there for the English audience? Why? You know? I played Once Human. I don't know if you guys heard of Once Human, which I'm trying to keep an eye on. That was a pretty cool game. Once Human did their, I think their second closed beta a number of months ago, and you can tell that they had just finished up like polishing up like the other bits of the game, but completely had not touched anything with the voice acting and the dialogue. So essentially what it sounded like was that you were reading subtitles, and the voice and the subtitles was like the original script, but then you had the voice actors eventually record their lines, and then they never readjusted the new subtitles. So like literally the actors are like saying something and the subtitles are completely different. And like that was definitely bad, but also you can tell that like that wasn't their priority. Like you're supposed to play the game, see the mechanics, see glitches that way, so it's okay that that sucked. But I've seen gacha games that on full release looked like that, you know? So like what you're looking at with Withering Waves is you have issues with the English getting cut off too soon. Like they would say something and then it's just like cut off. You had dialogue that it's like 5 lines long, but it doesn't scroll. So like words would get cut off, so and you can't scroll them. You know, stuff like that. That is just translation issues. And then some of the voice direction is kind of questionable. Made me think of Triangle Strategy. With Triangle Strategy, that was my biggest issue with Triangle Strategy, was I thought the voice acting direction was like very odd and made me not like the game as much as I thought I could, because everyone felt in Triangle Strategy with the voice acting, everyone felt so lifeless. And it was an eye-opening thing when we were eyeing out the voice actors of the game, where like I thought the main character, I forgot his name, the main character of Triangle Strategy, I felt like was just very like mediocre with his emotions and the way that he was portrayed by the actor. And he was the same voice actor as, I think his name was Sylvando in Dragon Quest XI, who was like one of the most flamboyant and like one of the best like voice acting I've ever heard in like a video game with was it Serenoa, yeah. Serenoa was Triangle Strategy and Sylvando was in Dragon Quest XI. Same voice actor. And I couldn't believe it. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like Sylvando was so animated, so flamboyant, everything. Like you just love the character. I'm like, okay, it's not the actor. Like it isn't like the actor's like some new actor here. Like this was just what the game wanted him to do for the voice acting. So, and that's where like some of the actors in Withering Waves, that's what it feels like. Some of them are more animated, lively. You can tell like they're really they're really pushing it. Other ones are just like very monotone, just dead. Now it could be because that's who the character is supposed to be. It's completely fair, but you know. Let me catch back on chat. I went on a monologue. That reminds me of how bad Legend of Dragoon's localization was, even though the game was great. No sus spots? Saucy. It reminds me of early Genshin dub. Yes. And then you had also, I remember early Genshin, you had the issue where like, you play the male character and they would say her, you know, instead of him, because you had the two characters. You know, stuff like that, or like, again, the dialogue would just get cut off early, you know? So it's stuff like that, yeah. That's what you're kind of experiencing a lot in Withering Waves. So it's like, you can see that they can fix it. It can be worked on for future patches, and you hope they do. But it is very irritating, coming from Honkai Star Rail, where that plays like almost like a AAA JRPG. Like it's just clean, you know. I mean, also they have the bad thing of auto-advancing dialogue without a prompt. Because that also ruins a little bit of the dialogue too. You know? Like, actually, the one thing with Honkai that's weird is that when they go into a black screen with text, it actually takes a really long time for the game to actually move on. But I actually respect that because I'd rather take longer to read it than having to speed read because I know within like 5 seconds it's about to change over. Time to hang out with me, finally get to play some games. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I actually never really thought that it could be down to actual voice direction how a character is portrayed. But it was very clear as day in triangle strategy, though. Oh, that sucks. But the game does look very pretty, though. Like, graphically, Withering Waves looks very, very nice. And if I haven't mentioned it before, the battle feels super, super solid. Like, I fought one boss that was about 20 levels higher than me. It was a great fight. I really loved it. Currently on... Am I telling you how to improve Wuwa? Yes. Kind of. Yes, I was. I was saying how if they make certain changes, I would really, really like the game. There's some issues I have with it, but gameplay isn't one of them. Good than Pit 22. Nice. Oh, there's no knockback. Well. You know, all of a sudden the palms look pretty good outside of the raising, which is gonna suck. I can't wait to do double pull challenge when I don't have raising. My favorite pastime. To be fair, I didn't have a raising in my previous file either. I got to 27 without a single raising, and I'm still here without a raising. Shit. I bet the exit opens. Of course it does. Why would it not open? That's my question. Delete the whole character, start over? Right. It's the seed. It's my character number. My user ID. No, I am not doing hardcore anymore. I was tempted. I thought about it because hardcore definitely gave a very interesting flavor to the whole thing, but I think what I'm gonna do, Kieran, is I'm gonna try to like beat all the bosses first, like even like the really hard bosses to see how I stack up against them, and then after I have that knowledge, maybe consider a hardcore again, but I don't even think I'm gonna get to that point. I don't think I'm gonna get to that point. Twister. No, I stepped into it for 10 seconds and then bailed. Because that was the last thing I did on my hardcore character. Oh, Viper gets swords. The Orthos use. You know what would be the closest one, Aket? Palace of the Dead, but the other ones, whatever whatever the first ones are called, the white ones. Those would probably be the closest I could think of right now. There might be others, but fair. Yeah, those. Oh my god, this is going so slow. Like, I almost want a strength, but whatever. This is actually a kind of a fun fight. I don't mind this fight at all. Your hardcore character is internal. I think so. I mean, I guess it should be. I never touched it ever since the season finished. It's still there. It still exists, so... I think they also made her easier. They probably, like, because they added way more, they added other Uber fights too, right? So maybe they balance it out that way? I don't know. I just want to try to get to all those things and try them out. One of her shots don't one-shot anymore if I remember what I... Okay, gotcha. Like, it just one-shot, period? Like, it was just an instant death move? Is that what it is? I don't know much of the fight. I wanted to stay blind, generally speaking, so, like, if there ever becomes an opportunity where I fight it, I can frog it. Used to be instant death, gotcha. You blind also? Gotcha. I mean, it's more fun that way, right? And the score took forever regardless, dude. Alright. We made it. Okay, so this file is set to go. I don't know when I'll do this. Maybe next week. Or maybe, like, not next Monday, but the Monday after. Probably. But this file is now set, 41+. So what you're going to be looking for in the future for this file is a double pull, no sustaining potion. So we're going to go into 41. We're going to forcibly pull 2 things at once, every single pull. And also try to kill them roughly at the same time. So that's a challenge. It really complicates a lot of things because I have to be careful on what I pull. And then if I end up pulling 2 things like that are very dangerous, I have to be, you know, just... It was a lot of fun when I did it. Our PB now is currently 73 because I made a lot of mistakes. But I do want to get that higher. So that's going to be what you'll see on this file. And we do it with no sustaining. Now, we're going to move over to Pals of the Dead.